I've tried settling this matter in the private twice. I was, if you have any papers in front of you with my signature on them, it's because that is what was required for me to get away from my captors. I don't understand what a man thinks that he has the authority to take another man and throw them in a box when they have harmed no man or woman, no claim has been brought against them.
You need to be quiet now. We're going to give you.
Justin Reed?
Reed's his middle name, Your Honor.
I understand that. What's your last name?
That's not my property, sir.
Nope, I'm not going to take that. Tell me your real name.
Our first case brings forth a formidable figure, a militant and contemptuous, sovereign citizen, who stands defiantly against authority, especially when it comes to matters of personal liberty and the imposition of state power. Will his fiery confrontation with Judge Lee lead to his downfall, or will his staunch defense of Constitution and rights of the sovereign man prevail? But the drama doesn't end there. Our second case introduces us to a more subdued yet equally determined sovereign citizen, embroiled in a battle of semantics with Judge Clarke. Refusing to acknowledge the name bestowed upon him at birth, he contends that it is not his property, but rather the property of the state of Florida. As tensions escalate between this sovereign citizen and Judge Clarke, the courtroom becomes a battleground of conflicting ideologies. But can Judge Clarke navigate through this nonsense to reach a resolution? Stay tuned to find out.
Case number is 24TR65. Are you Gordon Cooley? You'll need to unmute your screen, sir.
Yes, I am the man that is that person.
So you're Gordon Cooley?
Yep.
Very well. State appears by Jill Gillette, County Attorney. Mr. Cooley, there's been an amended complaint filed on, it looks like April 17th. You're charged with driving while suspended as a second offense for on or about March the 25th of 2024 in Elk County, Kansas. If indeed you have a prior conviction where this would be a second offense, that's a Class A misdemeanor. A Class A misdemeanor is punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a fine not to exceed $2,500. Additionally, with a second offense for driving while suspended, there's a mandatory 5-day minimum sentence. However, a person can be placed on probation from that. But there is mandatory sentence that would have to be imposed. Do you understand what you're charged with?
No, I don't quite understand those no, I don't.
What's your question in regards to what you're charged with?
Well, I think this is a matter of a mistaken identity. My persons was never involved in anything. I'm carrying my property from point A to point B. I have there's no vested interest of the state to even stop me. I'm exercising my God-given constitutionally protected rights, and I stated that to the man acting as the police officer. I didn't present him with a license.
You are charged, sir. Hold on. You're charged with driving while suspended, a second offense. That would indicate to me that you've had a first offense.
No.
Have you been in court before on this type of charge?
Nope, not on driving while suspended. No, I have not.
All right. Well, that is what you're charged with. You don't have to agree with it. You can, certainly that is an issue at trial if you feel you have a defense. As with the others that I've explained, you have certain rights. You are charged with a misdemeanor, so you are entitled to be represented by a counsel. And if you wish to apply for court-appointed counsel, if you meet the financial guidelines, I would appoint one to represent you. You also have the right to represent yourself. You also have the right to have counsel of your own choosing at your own expense. So at this time, if you wish to have a trial, if you wish to speak with an attorney or counsel, would he qualify under any programs you have since he's charged this as a second offense?
No.
All right. So apparently diversion wouldn't be an option for you. So if you're wishing to have a trial or to speak with an attorney, your plea at this time should be not guilty. If you wish to plead guilty, then we'd proceed to sentencing. But based upon what you're telling me, those would be issues that could be addressed at trial. So at this time, how do you wish to plead?
I don't plan to plea. I guess I'll answer in affirmative if Demers is not acquiesced to quasi-jurisdiction.
If you're not going to enter a formal plea, you're standing mute, and I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf.
Okay, I exercise my right to trial by jury then. I'd like to face the man or the woman that claims I've done them harm or law.
Mr. Cooley, if you wish to have a trial by jury.
I'm Gordy. I'm not Mr. Cooley. I'm Gordy. I'm a man. I'm not a person.
All right. Mr. Cooley.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
You need to be quiet for a moment. I'm going to explain what the situation is. You have the right to be represented by counsel. You've entered a plea, refusing to enter a plea, which is fine. A person can stand mute, and I will set this matter for trial. If you wish to be or have a jury trial, you have the right to do so. However, you need to do that in the proper form. With a misdemeanor offense, you have to file a written motion for that request. Otherwise, it's set before the court. So you would need to do that in a timely way. If you're going to represent yourself, you would have to follow the rules as though you're an attorney. So all of those things would, most people don't have the training to where if they're going to do a jury trial, they're better off being represented by counsel. But that's a choice that you're going to have to make.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yes, you may.
Can there be a valid cause of action without an injured party?
Sir, that's not a valid question for what we're doing here today.
I've tried settling this matter in the private twice. If you have any papers in front of you with my signature on them, it's because that is what was required for me to get away from my captors. I don't understand what a man thinks that he has the authority to take another man and throw them in a box when they have harmed no man or woman, no claim has been brought against them.
You need to be quiet now. We're going to give you a court date, and you can advise me how you're going to proceed at that court date. If you're going to apply for a jury trial, then you'll need to make that application by that time. Otherwise, you'll be set for a bench trial. That's before the court. Sarah, could you give us a date, please?
What sort of time frame would you like, Judge? 30 minutes?
Approximately 30 days, 30 minutes would be fine.
We can do May 15th at 2:30.
At
Judge,
2:30?
I'm out that afternoon. We could do 11:30 if there's nothing else scheduled there.
We put that for a trial for an hour, didn't we? So
If you only need 30 minutes, we could do the 11 to 12.
well, we said something at 10:30, I believe, or was it the 10 o'clock that was set for trial?
It was the 10:30 to 11:30 that was set.
Okay, let's set this at 11:30 for a pretrial. So, Mr. Cooley, you will need to appear at the courthouse in Howard. And if you're going to file a motion for a jury trial, you need to have done so by that time. If you're going to hire an attorney, you need to do that. If you're going to apply for an attorney, I would suggest that you do that as soon as possible, so that you can have counsel at that time.
Am I going to be able to face the man or the woman that has a claim before me, or are you going to discharge the matter? If there's not a man or a woman here, then this matter needs to be discharged.
Sir, I've heard these arguments before, and those are not legal arguments. Somebody's made these things.
I'm not a member of the legal society.
Sir,
Can you bring the law to the court, please? Can we bring the law to the court?
Mr. Cooley, stop interrupting. At your hearing, if you have motions that you wish to have heard, you can file them in advance. I would strongly recommend you be represented by counsel. But your court appearance is May 15th at 11:30, and you are to be here in person.
I will invoke my common law rights. That's how
With that, we are adjourned. You're free to go at this time.
It's already been before you. I think you picked up another charge. This is at a preliminary hearing. Do you wish to have an attorney appointed to represent you?
No, sir.
All right. You wish to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll present
All right,
myself to the court.
Sir,
Said I'll present myself to the court.
if you'll swear Mr. Thompson in.
Yes.
All right, sir, state your name.
I'm an attorney in fact for Justin Reed Thomason, fictitious name.
No, sir, you're not. State your name.
Justin Reed.
And,
That's my given name.
sir?
Justin Reed.
Okay. And Mr. Reed, you've made an, Justin Reed?
Reed's his middle name, Your Honor.
I understand that. What's your last name?
That's not my property, sir.
Nope, well, I'm not gonna take that. Tell me your real name.
Justin Reed.
What's your name on your birth certificate?
That's not my property either, sir. That's the state of
All
Florida.
right. Mr. Thompson, I'm gonna find you're not competent to represent yourself. You can keep
Justin
that.
Reed Thomason, sir. All right.
Okay. All right, sir, how far did you get in school?
Say again.
How far did you get in school?
I graduated.
Okay. And were you in the military?
Say again. I can't.
Were you in the, I'm sorry, were you in the military?
Yes, sir. I was in the Army.
So you knew how to read and write?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And, I remember correctly, are you on disability now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Been through a heart attack and a stroke
Yes. Sir.
since.
Also, you've had some, also some other physical injuries too, is that correct?
Say again.
You had some physical injuries also, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I've got 6 screws in my neck and a stent in my heart.
And before the court, I believe, and court is aware of this, I believe, had Mr. Thompson on the violation of probation before. Is your father here? Is any family here? Okay, I thought also. Okay. All right, sir. Have you ever represented yourself before?
And this court, just for the last hearing, the reason I'm on probation, that's the only 2 times I've ever tried to defend myself from here.
And you understand that our attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence and criminal procedure?
I cannot hear you, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. You understand that attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence and criminal procedure?
Say again.
Do you want a hearing device?
Huh?
Hold on, I'm gonna give you a hearing device.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hold it to your ear. Let's do. Just
All right.
want to test it and see if.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, very good. All right, you understand that attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence, criminal procedure, and law, and they're there to assist you in preparing for this preliminary hearing and preparing for an evidentiary hearing. You understand that?
Yeah, well, from my past experience, they didn't seem to want to do any of those things for me.
But, well, I'm just asking, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that you'll be held to that same standard.
Yes, sir.
And that if I do allow you to represent yourself, the first time I hear anything that sounds like what you started talking about today, you will not be able to represent yourself. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And that'll be immediate.
Yes, sir.
And I'll never allow you to represent yourself again in this proceeding. If I hear that, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you still wish to represent yourself?
Yes, sir. I believe in self-defense. Yes, sir.
Sir?
I believe in self-defense. Yes, sir. I went to war for this country. I would always like to represent and defend myself.
Okay. All right. Was there an amended violation of probation filed yet?
It looks like there was on March 1st, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. All right, well, sir, I'm going to allow you to represent yourself at any point in time that you wish to have an attorney appointed to represent you. I'll appoint one. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. You're here today on a violation of probation hearing. And how do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
All right. And let's see.
I would like to move on to evidentiary hearing if we could, sir.
Well, you have to give the state notice. They'll have to have a chance to subpoena witnesses. This is not your evidentiary hearing today.
No, I just want to move for one.
You want to move for one?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Who's the attorney?
It's
Ms. McAfee, I'm going to set this for an evidentiary hearing. I don't want to set it on the 22nd because that's, graduation. Yeah, let's go ahead and set it May 22nd at 1:30. We'll do that at a preliminary at 9 o'clock. And Mr. Thompson, remember, at any point in time, you want to ask for an attorney, I'll appoint one. You understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Can I be released until we get to that evidentiary hearing so that I can?
Mr. Thompson has asked to, has made an oral tennis motion for release. Ms. McAfee, what's the state's position?
Your Honor, I believe the new law is a misdemeanor driving on a suspended license. Based on that, I have no objection.
Pardon?
I have no objection.
Releasing him back? All right. As a special condition of your probate, I'll release you on your own, I'll release you at this time, based on that oral tennis motion, the state's position. As a special condition of that release, you're not to operate a motor vehicle. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
No questions asked. You cannot operate a motor vehicle. You'll abide by the terms and conditions of your probation. You'll sign a notice to come back on the May 22nd at 9 and 1:30. You'll need to step over and speak to the probation officer, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Yes, sir.
All comments, viewpoints, interpretations, and insights expressed in this video are for education and entertainment purposes. All individuals featured in the video are to be presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Please do not attempt to contact, locate, or engage with any individuals featured in the video.